Right now we're on our way to North Scottsdale to a retirement community called V at Silverstone, where last year we became their quartet in residence there. When you play together for long enough, I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, but I don't really get all that nervous anymore. It's more just like anxious to like get started, I guess.
The Tetra String Quartet is a group of 4 people who all studied music, classical music, and decided that they wanted to have control over the kinds of concerts and the kinds of experiences that they had, and so we banded together.
We strive musically just to make connections with people, and those people can be of any age. And we just want to share music with individuals that, you know, will be relevant to them.
I think what's cool and what people comment a lot on is how watching us interact, because I feel like when people watch us, they're a part of the artistic experience, kind of. They're seeing the communication happen.
Tetra actually will speak in between movements of a string quartet, and that usually doesn't happen. When we first started doing it, we thought, oh, we're breaking all of these rules. We're talking between the second and the third movement.
So are there any Beethoven fans in the house? Yeah. Oh, yes, we are too. So the next 2
There's this invisible barrier between performer and audience member we see, especially in the classical music world. And we make things relevant by talking to our audience, you know, and drawing meaningful connections to them, to what they're hearing. And that, you know, just because they're not classically trained musicians or even have any exposure to music whatsoever, they can make sense of what they're listening to.
A lot of kids, when they go to college, they have to give up their instruments because there's no time or there are not opportunities for non-majors.
If you're not a music major, a lot of the ensembles aren't open to you. You can't register for them. And so these really talented musicians who love playing are just leaving it alone. And so with this class, they can come in 2 days a week. They have, you know, 3 other people in their little group that are going through a similar situation. They are navigating the music together, they're figuring it out, and they're still playing.
We all take equal ownership over the quartet. We all own a quarter of Tetra, and that's responsibility for knowing our parts and how we sound.
Crystal's really great at like getting us going. We're like, okay guys, we're gonna do this now, and I tend to be really detail oriented. I'm like, okay, well let's go to these measures and work on these specific details, and you know, so we all bring our own specific strengths to rehearsal.
If you can get someone who, you know, really expects the least out of us but has a great time, we've done our job.